Okay, so I just have this live in public, so if anyone shows up, sorry that I won't be talking to you. We're shopping for Opinels. Uh, why? Basically, I decided that the one of the things that I'm doing to prep, essentially, or prep slash create more money slash something, is buying Opinels, and the reason that I'm doing that is well, it's not worth going to show you. You can go to Klein Knives Instagram and look up the modified ones that I'm doing. But basically, I'm buying. I just did one of this size, which is the 6 centimeter one. You know, it's 6 centimeters. I don't know how else to describe that. It's a little over 2 inch blade. The number four, I did one just a little bit before, right? That I gave to my uncle. I'm going to probably do another one of those, but I don't know which size of the big ones to do. I'm hoping to find. Yeah, here we go. So the num well, the number seven is pretty cheap too. Actually, I should probably do one of those. Uh, what I'm trying to decide between basically is spending a bunch of money on a number 10 and getting a number four, the cheaper one that was $11, or getting a couple number sixes, or like a number six and a number eight, or maybe a number six and a number seven. But I'm gonna make these in all different sizes, and I'm just gonna kind of buy them at random, carve them at random, torch them, do patinas. Like, go look at what I'm doing. I'm gonna do something in the same glean to all of them, but they're all gonna be unique, one of a kinds. And I can do this pretty easily, and I think people will dig these. I dig these. I have not stopped playing with the number six that I did for myself. I'm going to do a number 10 for myself, but I might wait on getting that because if I get that, then I'm going to have to do another number four. And the number fours are tiny. And I want to do some more of those, but I want to buy like a half a dozen of them and do them all at once. Because, like, there's no reason to carve them. There's not enough to carve, basically. All you can really do is torch those and patina them. But that's why I would like to have those to include with other knives and make like at least dual sets where you get a tiny one and a locking one. That's kind of where my head is at now. Like, I'd like you to feel like you're getting something for your money, and these are kind of cheap knives. Uh, I might make pairings, so I might like pair a number four and a number 10, or like a number six and a number 10, a number eight and a number four. Things like that, where there's like a big one and a small one. I thought about doing 3 and 4 blade sets, but I don't know about that. That might be too much. What I was thinking there is you get a number four, which is the little non-locking one. I get the number six, which is the smallest non-locking. That's this one. And then above that, it would be kind of like dealer's choice, right? Like, what size would you want? So maybe have some of those that you do with tens, some that you do with 12s, some that you do with eights. I was gonna get a nine too, but they're sold out of nines. I think I will buy the fucking sevens, since those are so cheap. I think that's just a size nobody buys. Those are bigger, so like that might make sense. That's the deal right now. I might just get what I can get at the best deal, and I would consider 580 on a number seven to be a much better deal than 1580 on a number seven to be much better than $15 on a number six. It is a considerably bigger blade. For 80 cents, I would definitely want it. At the number eight size, like extra $3 or whatever, for the art of it, it matters about the size of the blade to me more than it does the cost. But when it comes down to hell, these three knives are all pretty much the same. Which one are we going to buy to modify? Let's get the cheapest ones, or the ones that make the most sense for the money. So I might get like a number six and a number seven. because I'd like to have a number six up for sale, or I might even just get a couple number sixes. Because like the thing is, that's a size that I really dig, and a lot of people really dig. This is maybe why I don't buy the number sevens. Get the popular sizes, not the unpopular sizes. Cutlery Lover's favorite size was the number nine. And that's why I was going to do one of those for him and I, like get two of them. And I was going to do one for him. And I know basically if I make a badass one for him, I'm going to end up wanting to keep it. So I'm just going to make two. That solves that for me. you know, because I'm not going to go too crazy on his. Like I'm not going to carving or anything. I'm going to like blacksmith's hammer handle his and then do like the most badass fucking patina ever. I I'm not sending that to him as like a fucking like, "Ooh, make a video on it" thing. It's more or less like I've been talking to him on and off for 10 years, and the thing that he and I have been talking about here lately is Opinels, and I've been showing him the ones I'm modifying. And I was asking him what size he liked because I'm going to buy a number 9 and probably pair it with knives that would make sense with it, like a 6 or a 4. I don't know. I'll probably pair it with a smaller knife and match them to each other, like give them matching handles and matching patinas, maybe even lightly carve them and have them matching. But like, I know Jeff isn't that, he's not super crazy out there like I am. Like, some of these are going to be, you know, tribal ish. Like the one I did for myself with the little Union Jacks on it and the elf handle is like, it's kind of out there. Like, it's homespun in 1700s and looks like, it's cool. I dig it. Well, anyway, what sizes of Opinels would you buy? I guess is the question, because that's really it. Is I'm doing this essentially to make swag for y'all. We have one viewer. I'm here reading comments now. If you guys want to comment, I don't, I don't know what sizes you guys would want, but like I kind of figure that this is a cool way to have swag because it's a knife thing that I can do in volume and quickly and on the road. That is legitimately cool. Like a modified Opinel, if you do them well, it's a cool thing. If you do them poorly, it's not really a cool thing in my mind. When I say poorly, I mean like, let's turn on my camera. So I've seen these done all sorts of kinds of ways, and some of them where they like just take a Dremel tool and hack off chunks of wood. If you notice on the back end of this, it's not square anymore. Like there's a bunch of wood missing, but yet it looks like it's all blended in. This is the kind of modifications that I'm talking about making. Like on each one, I'll just pick something, sand it in a way. This will probably be a really common modification because people like this. And it's the thing that like when you see one of these, the adjustment that needs to be made is that on most of them. Some of the bigger ones, it really makes sense because it completes your grip. But like they make the handle the same shape on all of them, and that makes no sense whatsoever. There you go. I uh, I always wanted to make pocket knives, but I could never, like, it's not my thing. Like it's a very machinisty kind of a thing. I could make like lockbacks, not lockbacks. No, I was trying to say non-locking. I said lockbacks, like case type knives, if you want to call those pin knives, pocket knives, regular non-locking pocket knives. I could probably make those, but they're kind of a pain in the ass, and it's not my thing. To be honest, the Opinel is a knife I would actually carry and use, and I think having a pimped out version of it's kind of cool because honestly, it's nicer to use now. And in addition to that, if you lost this, you're out the customization, and that would suck. That's not that big a deal. Yeah, that's kind of my thing with a lot of pocket knives. Is like I lose a lot of pocket knives, And sometimes I get them back, and sometimes I don't. I'm one of those people that like I don't go that many crazy places that I'm using my pocket knife. I use it a lot around my house, thank God. So I find my pocket knife a lot, you know, especially like, I don't know, you got to projecting and smoking weed, and then like someone brought out the tequila. And the next thing you know, your Victorinox farmer just it's gone and you don't know where it is, and you find it like 6 months later, and it's sitting open to the large screwdriver in your laundry room on top of the top shelf. There was a good reason it was there. I don't know what it was anymore because that was 6 months ago. But yeah, I actually had to buy a new farmer. This was years ago. This was even before I started really drinking, like, or smoking weed or any of that shit. Like, I did that. I was doing something, I was projecting, and I misplaced the fucking farmer so bad that I bought a new one, and I ended up giving the new one to my uncle. Anyway, Opinels are dope because it's like a razor blade in your pocket. That's if you lose it, it's no big deal. And they really are. They're so thin and sharp that they're like carrying a fucking razor blade in your pocket. They definitely have advantages. It's not like the answer of all answers in knives, but it's something that like if you don't have one in your collection, to me it's dope because basically like the first mountain men ever, the pocket knife they had in their pocket, it was an Opinel or something very similar to it. The Opinel with the twist lock as you know it, you know, shit. We're okay. I dropped the Opinel. The Opinel with the twist lock as you know it came about in 1898 or so. The other one down here that I was showing you at the start of this that I don't know if anyone was here for, this is the non-locking one. And these type of knives are called French penny knives, and they were all over the frontier. This was a common trade item that was brought here in barrels. Okay, like this was in the days before utility blades. This was the like utility safety razor of the 1700s. There were other forms of pocket knives and shit, but this thing was prevalent because of how cheap it was. So that's kind of why, in a nutshell, this is like my swag that I'm doing. I hope that makes sense to people. Like, I don't want to seem like I'm like trying to rip people off or anything like that. But like, I'll teach you to do this if you want one of these and are too broke to pay me for one. Because that's the other thing is, for fucking $11 for the non-locking one that I was wanting, or the number 6 is 15. The number 10 is like 21. You could get a whole collection of these and modify them yourself at home with some sandpaper and a blowtorch and some beeswax and some mustard and have a cool ass fucking knife collection that costs you next to nothing. And or you could, wait for me to fucking whittle one out and fucking put it on eBay or wherever the fuck it is. I don't know how I'm gonna sell these yet. Thinking Etsy maybe. Etsy would, I could just price them there, and that seems like a more fair thing to me. But I'd also be interested to throw one on eBay for a penny and just see how it goes. I might do that with the first one. Like I'll make up a bunch of these and I'll pick the one that's going to go on eBay or whatever. Although, I really got, you know, this first one that I carved the shit out of is pretty cool, and the other one's got a cool patina. But these are the first two that I did that weren't for my uncle, basically. Let's see if I can find that. Uh, Okay, switch sharing screens for a minute. Okay. So this is the one that I did for my uncle. I came out pretty dope. And then these are the two that the carved one I'm thinking I'm gonna keep. And then the one with the dark patina, I really dig the way that came out. That might be the one I put on eBay. And these come in like a paper packaging, and what I'm doing is signing and dating the paper packaging and putting them back in them, and I'm gonna tape it shut. Might not even tape it shut. There's no real reason to. You kind of have to break the seal on the packaging to get it open. I think this is the coolest swag I've ever seen from a radio show, though. I think most people would agree with that. If I can figure out how much these are going to be and where I'm going to sell them, that would be even better. I think it's kind of cool that the one I'm going to put on eBay, that dark bladed one, if that's what I do with it, this is really that 1700s knife. It is the 6 centimeter non-locking. I ought to get some more of this size too. I do like it. Or I could just not ever do this size again. That would make it special. I talked about that because I like the number 4 better. It's just a little bit smaller and it's TSA legal. And like if you're gonna have a non-locking one, it might as well be the size that the government decrees you can have, which is bullshit. But from a maker's standpoint, if you're wanting to sell knives, it makes more sense to at least know the law and make your shit to be within the bounds of it. You know what I mean? Rather than make it to where it's gonna get confiscated. This has been damn near 20 minutes about Opinels, and it's had very little of me on camera. It's some cool knife porn. Let's go look at that some more. Those are just sexy as fuck. I don't care who you are, what you say. Like, especially the blued blade one, the dark one. I think is fucking damn near perfect. It's a beautiful knife. The darker one with the carving, I dig the carving. I don't know if other people dig the carving or not. Though I'm gonna keep doing fucking carved ones. I'm just gonna get better at it over time. I think that one, I had a point in it where it looked much better than it ended up, and I went further than that trying new stuff. So my goal is to have kind of the one that I'm keeping look a little on the shitty side, and then have the ones in the future look better. I kind of get what those files are capable of doing now and how I should do it. And the next couple I'm going to do, I'm going to try different things on too. And like this is the thing is, I'm just going to keep trying different shit. So like if you see something in one of these that you like, buy it. Tell me that you want it. Like you can contact me on Instagram or wherever. Like I would recommend Rachel's Place 26 and not Klein Knives because like this basically is just a place that I post pictures. Well, anyway, down to one viewer and 20 minutes in. So thanks for watching. Um, Tell me what you would want to see Opinel wise, design wise. Is there stuff you'd like to see carved into them? Like, here's the thing: is really it's wood. I'm used to carving in steel. I can do damn near anything in these. It's just how good or bad it looks, and practice will get that for me. And really, I think for a first stab with almost no tools, my carved one came out pretty cool. So we'll see you guys later.